Welcome back to Real Legends Podcast. I'm your host, Bo.
I'm Dan.
And we're back at the movie theater. We just walked out of seeing Masters of the Universe. We're a bit late to the game, but we heard some fun things about it, so we thought we'd check it out. Let's just have our initial thoughts before we get into spoilers.
I think it was a fun movie. You know, you can't deny that it wasn't fun. It was very fun.
I agree.
I laughed. I smiled. I cringed in a few moments. I think overall, I mean, I had a good time. I walked out feeling like, oh, that was a good time. You know? I wouldn't say it's anything revolutionary or like that I'm dying to watch it again, but I had a good time. It was a fun movie.
Yeah, I have similar thoughts. Yeah, people said this was a fun movie. I had a fun time. A little cringy at times. The music probably was my favorite part.
Yes.
And
Daniel Pemberton, that's the guy's name. He did music for Project Hail Mary as well. I'm with you, the music is so fire.
Yeah, so good on him because that carried it a lot for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Before we get into spoilers, if you haven't already, go ahead and give us a follow or a comment. Tell us what you thought of the movie. We're really working hard to try to build the show, so anything you do to interact with us really helps get the show to other people. So yeah, thanks for participating. And shout out your favorite or least favorite part of the movie in the comments. All right, well, let's just get into spoilers then. This is going to be a quick one. We're late to this as far as getting out to see new movies. We weren't really planning on doing this, but like we said, people said good things about it, saw some good reviews, so we love getting out to the movies when we can.
Yeah.
Dan, spoiler-free, man. Liked, loved, hated.
Spoiler-free?
Or sorry, spoilers.
I was going to say,
spoilers.
I liked the action scenes a lot, actually. I think that a lot of them were maybe a little bit too CGI, but they were like, a lot of the characters were actually like in costume, which I love. Like I love movies where people actually dress up as the gross, like Satan guy with like the horns, like those were real props.
Yeah.
Like the disgusting slime ball guy that got like stabbed against the wall. He was in a costume. Like, I really love that they actually used costumes.
Yeah, we talked about that on our, the Galaxy Quest. We talked about that on our Galaxy Quest episode. How you like that about the
I do.
ones.
It feels like, even though you know it's fake, like it's clearly a costume, for some reason it feels so much more real and grounded. Rather than CGI.
Yeah.
Like the first like gorilla guy they fight is so CGI, and it's like, I don't know. It's just, am I watching a film or am I watching something someone made on a computer?
Yeah.
You know. So I liked that they had costumes. I loved the parts that were talking about masculinity. I thought that was amazing. Honestly, like there were some few moments I was like, wow, this movie was made in 2026? This is amazing. Then what I hated was that I think it does the exact same thing where you're like, oh, this movie clearly was made in 2026 because somehow it turns it back to like love and empathy and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, there it is.
I didn't really get that at the end.
I didn't either.
Like the goddess or whatever, guardian of the sword, she's like, I chose you, Adam, and not because you're a strong warrior man, but because I want to endow you with empathy and compassion. It's like, he's already a nerd, and he already does those things for a living. Why does he need to be endowed with those things to be something better and more than he already is? He needs actually to learn how to freaking fight.
He does.
Be a man.
Exactly, and I think that the conversation that he has with Idris's character, what's his name? I don't remember his character's name.
I had it on the tip of my tongue.
Anyways, black guy with the mustache. Idris, that's his name, right? The actor?
I think so.
Idris something. He had an awesome conversation with him. He's like, being a man isn't about, like, poetry and your feelings. It's about running towards danger, not because you want to show that you're strong, but because you want to protect your family and so they can have another day when they wake up safe.
Yeah, I like what he says, where it's like, if you see someone coming at you with a sword, and Adam's like, you fight him, and he's like, no, you protect your family.
Yeah.
And like, that is a very good delineation, I think, of like, what a man is.
Yeah.
A man is not someone that goes out to pick fights.
Yeah.
A man is someone who fights to protect when he has to.
Yeah, exactly.
Or for his country or for his people.
Yeah. And I actually I thought that was a cool message. I thought that at the end it was kind of weird that like he comes back to his like apartment complex, and the goddess says, you know, empathy, this stuff. And so then he comes back and then he's like, okay, Skeletor, let's talk. And then it just doesn't work, and then he ends up killing Skeletor anyways. And it's like, why did we need the whole empathy thing if, I don't know, like, what was the purpose of that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could say, like, you're not someone that is the person just running to find a fight. He's grown in the sense of,
he attempted diplomacy first.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and with that, I don't want to cut into
No, go
your
ahead.
thought,
Go
but
ahead.
back just to the actual fighting in the film, I liked how they like took it up a notch more than like the movie felt like it might be, as far as like when he's ripping people's arms off or like stabbing them with their own horn in the throat. Like,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Like,
Yeah.
don't, like, you're going to be silly and dumb in some parts with your little jokes and dumb humor.
Yeah.
But at least you took it up a notch beyond like, it's a PG-13 action. It's like, no, this is kind of pushing the limits here.
Yeah.
So I did like that.
Yeah, the first scene, like, where they're actually, like, fighting people, and there's, like, the whole, like, basically the massacre of Eternia. People are getting killed in, like, brutal ways. Like, absolutely getting slaughtered. Like, their faces are getting stabbed. They're getting mowed down.
Yeah.
People's heads are getting chopped off. Their limbs are being removed. It's like, wow, this is insane.
Skeletor doesn't really hesitate to blow his mom away with his staff power.
Yeah.
So yeah, good job on that front.
Yeah. I do think that kind of, for me, made the movie a little bit weird to watch, though, because I felt like at moments it was really serious. Someone gets his arm ripped off and then he blasts all those guys behind him.
Yeah.
Like the first fight scene that he has. And then at the end, too, like, Idris's character rips open the jaw, puts a grenade into it.
Yeah.
Jumps, and like, wow. That was like brutal. Oh my gosh. And then like 2 scenes later, it's like, oh, does he want us to watch him change? Like, and like the awkward like chuckles, like the very like Disney kind of like fake awkward. Yeah, and it was like, I don't feel like this film, like,
this is a bit revealing.
yeah, exactly. The film's identity is like supposed to be, I think, over the top in every way.
Yeah.
So maybe it fits.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, I don't really know like what this is trying to be. Maybe it is just trying to be obnoxious and over the top. And if that's its objective, then it did what it needed to.
Yeah, I feel like it did do what it was trying to do, or accomplish what it was trying to set out to do.
Yeah.
But I could have done with a few less cringy moments personally.
Yeah, me too.
And then I think that would have like probably raised like a half letter or a half grade for me.
I thought Skeletor was a fun villain. I thought he had some, I don't know, again, I thought it kind of, it's really hard for me to be like super into a film where the emotions are so like whiplashy. Like, I understand that there needs to be some kind of comic relief.
Yeah.
But it can't be like so heavy-handed that it takes away the tension of the movie.
Right.
And I think in this movie, like, there were so many moments where tension could potentially be high, could potentially be like a little bit scary, and then they make a dick joke.
Right. Yeah. A fisting joke.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Or like just something that felt like, okay, so this movie isn't supposed to be taken seriously. So, like, tension really doesn't matter. So I'm just here to enjoy it. And I did. But, like, just for me, my own personal taste, I would much rather have a movie where the stakes are high and the comic relief is dialed back to the point where it feels appropriate. But I understand this movie is not that movie. This movie is just an adventure movie that's supposed to be fun. And it did that very, very well.
Yeah. I guess something that I didn't care for, and I'm going to pose the question towards you instead of just saying it outright. Do you feel like Adam, without really going through any kind of earning it phase, to like be the hero? Like, does that work for you? For me, it didn't work. That like he's a weenie when he starts as a kid. He goes to Earth. He doesn't really learn or do anything there to like prepare him to be like. You'll see in some movies where it's like their time away, they've learned something, they became something. So when they come back, they can contribute something different. Braveheart, for instance, William Wallace goes away and becomes very educated and smart. And so when he comes back to fight the English with his brothers, like he uses everything he learned to fight them.
Right.
Including languages. But, you know, Adam just comes back and it's like, well, I have the sword now, so I'm a hero.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that, I love that.
I agree with you. I don't feel like he really, like, learned anything specifically.
Or grew.
No, and also what annoys me is that when he's on Earth, he's jacked. They give him this long sleeve shirt to try to hide it from you that he's huge, but his shoulders are, like, as broad as a car. And he's huge, and then he like looks down at himself when he's actually big, and he's like, "Whoa! All of a sudden, I'm jacked." I'm like, "Dude, you've been jacked this entire freaking time. Don't even start with me." And then like Idris's character is like, "Well, your technique was a little bit sloppy," but then he doesn't train him. There's no like Yoda moment where he like is learning about his power. He's controlling it. It's just like. He just is good because he finds the sword, but then in the end, the sword doesn't even matter because he has the power. And the power is empathy.
But he was already learning that on Earth, which is like stupid.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if he'd gone to Earth and been like, okay, well, like I got to prepare to go back and save my home world. So like, I'm going to learn from martial artists. I'm going to learn from sword fighter. Like I'm going to like get something that I couldn't get at home, or at least something while I'm here.
Yeah.
But that doesn't really happen. So I felt like that was kind of a wasted opportunity. Instead, he works in HR, which is supposed to be humorous.
Yeah.
And it kind of is.
I thought the HR scenes were hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it just makes fun of the blue hair freaks.
Exactly.
It's hilarious.
And just the retardedness of
And he almost and it seems like he's almost against it the whole time too. Like the one scene that he's actually giving advice and like being a therapist to somebody.
He's like, you need to like listen to more truth.
He's like, why don't you? And I'm like, yo, this guy's based. This guy is like, he totally gets it. But then his power is empathy, and it was like, is it though? Because I don't know. And like, I thought it was interesting they made the attempt to talk about masculinity. And I do think that the speech with Idris was my favorite part of the movie, where he says that, like, when there is violence, when someone comes in that's evil, it's not the poets that stand up to defend the people, it's the men with muscles.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, amen. Like,
exactly.
And that is men's duty in society, is to protect and to lead. And I really liked that specific thing. But I feel like, I don't know, like, there was a scene where what's her name?
Teela or something.
Whatever her name is. She's like, ugh, I don't like that attitude. You're just like my dad. And it's like,
he's like, hell yeah.
He's like, yeah. But there's no real like. It's like, okay, so she actually does disagree, and he thinks this, and we're just gonna kind of leave it there and not actually like
explore that.
We're not gonna like come down too hard on one side because we might offend somebody. It was like, I don't know, just stick with it. That's a cool message. Plus, the movie is literally called He-Man, right?
Yeah.
It's about masculinity. Like, you need to talk about it.
Yeah. They kind of walk the line on those two sides of the coin, I guess.
Yeah.
But
talked about it more than most any other movie I've watched in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm just excited to be at the cinema again. I'm ready to give a score if you are, unless you have any other thoughts. We won't go over long on this episode, because we want to get it out to you and go review some iconic movies at home. But if you want to see more of us at the theater, if you like these episodes, comment, say something about it so we can know to keep coming out to the movies. And if there's any movies in theater now or coming up that you want us to go do, shout it out in the comments. But yeah, I'm ready to give it a score.
Go for it.
I think I would give this movie a 7. And these scores are reaction scores. It's not the same as a movie that's been out 5+ years that we're reviewing on the show. Those movies we're giving those scores of how well they hold up and how good of a movie they are. But my experience just being in there, having a fun time, I think it could earn a 7.
I'm giving it a 7.5. I enjoyed it. I had fun watching it. It's not a movie that I'm like dying to see again, or like a movie that I think is super duper classic. It was like, it was fun.
Yeah.
Sure.
Worth the price of admission on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, but outside of that, yeah, I think
So
it's
equal to Project Hail Mary, 7.5. I
yeah,
think that's what you give that, right?
yeah. Again, like I walked out of Project Hail Mary thinking, yeah, that was fun. And like it was an interesting movie, but it just isn't my kind of movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Very well made movie, Project Hail Mary. But yeah, this was fun. I had more fun doing this, honestly, than Disclosure Day, which is sad.
Oh, dude. Well,
Which is very
Disclosure
sad.
Day is wasn't even
But-
close.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us on another episode at the cinema. And until next time, we'll either catch you at the cinema or the concession stand.
Catch you on the flippity flap.